The spiritual principles of recovery, 12 steps, ways you can practice them every day. The spiritual principles of recovery are a guide to fulfillment and strength in recovery that correspond to the original 12 steps of 12-step recovery programs like Alcoholics Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous, and Gamblers Anonymous, and so on. These principles are laid out as a path for those looking to gain spiritual growth and personal betterment as they navigate through addiction recovery. Addiction recovery in a 12-step recovery program require honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness. The recovery process, as told by groups like Alcoholics Anonymous and Narcotic Anonymous, is an ongoing way of life because addiction is a disease that does not have a cure. According to 12-step programs, the way to manage your addiction as a disease is to follow the guidelines and wisdom passed down by other alcoholics and addicts who successfully maintain their sobriety. Above all, the 12 steps of AA believe that if you emulate the determination, consistency, and unyielding dedication of those who succeeded before you, the 12-step model, you will be successful in recovery just like them. What are the 12-step principles? Spiritual principles of recovery are governing principles to heal us from the inside out, teaching the importance of things like having patience and gratitude. People in recovery can practice these principles with ease as they often need to remind themselves that their purpose as addicts and alcoholics is not just staying away from drugs and alcohol, but bettering themselves. Using the 12 spiritual principles of recovery and following 12 steps and guidance from other alcoholics or addicts who have succeeded in establishing and maintaining a sober lifestyle is the path to recovery. The 12 spiritual principles of recovery are as follows: acceptance, hope, faith, courage, honesty, patience, humility, willingness, brotherly love, integrity, self-discipline, and service. Here are spiritual principles of recovery listed in order with the corresponding steps. Step 1 is acceptance. The second step, hope. Third step, faith. Step 4, courage. Step 5, honesty. The sixth step, patience. Step 7, humility. Step 8, willingness. The ninth step, brotherly love. Step 10, integrity. Step 11, self-discipline. The 12th step, service. As they work through the 12 steps, individuals are meant to apply each principle, taking the time to reflect on the meaning behind the practice and how it can better their life in recovery. Additionally, 12-step support groups often participate in mantras or prayers that align their goals and aspirations in sobriety and assist them in coping with the stressors of daily life. Regardless of whether you subscribe to a monotheistic religion like Judaism, Christianity, Islam, a non-religion like Buddhism or anything, even fall into agnostic or any line of thinking, spirituality is a vital part of your recovery experience. That being said, most individuals have a difficult time prioritizing their spiritual health, and their attention easily stays away from spiritual maintenance as life's distractions preoccupy their time. In case you are struggling with your spiritual well-being, here are 12 ways you can practice the spiritual principles of recovery every day. Acceptance in recovery. Multiple times throughout the day, things may not go as planned. Practice acceptance when you just miss the bus for work, or when they run out of coffee in the office. Acceptance is by far one of the most useful principles to the practice. Hope for change. Hope can lend itself to you any time of need, distress, or unhappiness. Sit down for a couple of minutes quietly and express your hope that things will work out how they should. If things don't work out, have hope that you will be okay either way. Faith in a higher power. Practicing faith can look like praying, meditating, speaking to your higher power, etc. Putting hope into a power greater than yourself is faith. Courage to keep going. Be courageous by standing up for what you believe in today, whether that be you sitting in a boundary or telling your boss about an idea you have. Practicing courage can be scary, but it also is rewarding. Honesty in relationships. Practicing honesty is pretty straightforward. Practice honesty today by not lying, covering up the truth without sugarcoating or leaving anything out. Did you show up to work 5 minutes late? Admit it. Do you really like your friend's outfit? Tell them the truth. Honesty. Honestly, it's easier the longer you practice it. Patience for others instead of honking your horn at the car in front of you. Take a deep breath. Deep breathe and exhale. Practice patience. Humility in place of stubbornness instead of arguing about how you're right, even when you know you're wrong. Practice humility by apologizing for your wrongs. It can feel like a defeat, but afterwards you will feel good about yourself. and how you treat others. Willingness to change. Practice willingness by saying yes to that after work yoga class with your coworker. Oftentimes, we are quick to say that we want something, but we are unwilling to make changes to receive that thing. Practice willingness by showing that you will do something for the positive results. Brotherly love for strangers. Practicing brotherly love can be as easy as helping your neighbor carry in the grocery bags. Practice brotherly or sisterly love by doing anything from holding the door for someone to supporting someone in need. Integrity in life. Integrity is honesty with a strong set of morals. Practice integrity by not compromising your values in any situation today. Did the cashier accidentally give you $10 extra? Practice integrity by saying something. Is your coworker asking you to take an extra 20 minutes on your lunch break? Say no, because you should only be making decisions that fit within your personal values. Self-discipline. As relapse prevention, practice self-discipline by being a good person when no one else is looking. Did you have a long day at work and want to cancel plans with a sober support so you can beg out on the couch for the night? Have the discipline to do what's right for you and your recovery, despite what you feel like doing. Do you have the opportunity to be lazy at work because your boss is gone for the day? Practice self-discipline by doing the work despite who is there to oversee you. Service to give back. Service is one of the spiritual principles of recovery that many people in recovery cite as the principle that keeps them sober. You can practice service by talking to someone who is struggling or helping your old neighborhood sort through their pictures, offering advice to someone who is having a hard time, etc. Practicing service in AA or NA can be accomplished by setting up the chairs for a meeting, making the coffee, or helping to clean up. You can also go to the old school and do some community service to show your gratitude for the town that you live in. Service opportunities are everywhere. There are many spiritual principles of recovery, and they all promote being someone of integrity, among other things. These spiritual principles correspond to each of the 12 steps of AA and NA and programs that utilize the 12-step model. Ask you to practice these principles in all of your affairs. In doing so, the spiritual principles help you not only stay away from alcohol or drugs, but to become a better person. A large part of recovery is personal growth. Working a 12-step program of recovery can assist in this growth. Becoming a better person starts with self-awareness. Self-awareness starts by reminding yourself of your goals you wish to achieve and the person you want to be. So as we practice these spiritual principles, we transition into the best version of ourselves as a result. Therefore, when we follow the 12-step model and carry the message of willingness that have helped other alcoholics maintain their sobriety, we too will maintain our sobriety. In fact, the last step speaks to having a spiritual awakening. Substance use disorder is progressive, but it can be treated with a holistic approach that treats the mind, body, and spirit. Similarly, addiction treatments at Destiny Treatment Center involves a wide range of treatments programs that guide our clients through programs that focus on the whole body healing. For example, we teach clients how to practice the spiritual principles, care for their mental health, and participate in support groups. Moreover, living your life guided by the spiritual principles of recovery is encouraged in all of our treatment options at Destiny Treatment Center. In fact, our intensive therapy is combined with an introduction to the 12-step model of recovery to assist you in your journey toward the spiritual growth and overall wellness in recovery. For any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to our addiction specialist at 424-342-1403. Our team makes themselves available to you and will take your calls 24/7 because we care.